Welcome to the Anchor Your Retirement podcast. I'm your host, Barbara Gullen, sitting with the probably slightly mourning, Mourning, Tony Shore, after the Vikings football game last night.
Okay, I thought I asked you not to bring that up, but maybe I forgot to mention that before the
You
show.
did, because I wouldn't have. I
We're
mean, I
not going to
just,
talk about how bad they are this year, and I don't see them getting any better. I don't know what's going on there. We had a pretty good team last year. This year we don't. So quarterbacks make the difference. And look
I
at
was going
Sam
to say, what?
Darnold's doing well.
Yeah,
He's doing good for Seattle, and we let him go.
yeah.
So
Well, yeah, because poor Carson. Carson looked his age last night.
oof, yeah. Well, in our front line, we have changes to our offensive line that have been made, and it's
That
not
showed too.
good. And yeah,
That showed too.
it's just I've written off this year. I'm writing off this year, and it would take a miracle for them to. I love the Vikings, and I'll still watch every game and root for them. But I don't know if we'll win another game.
It's like
Honestly.
watching Chicago Cubs baseball in the 80s.
Oh,
Just saying.
yeah. Or Chicago Bears football up until this year.
Well, yeah.
Because
I
they've
mean,
been
and I
since
say that
'85. Yeah.
for those of you new to the podcast, I'm from Chicago, and even though I'm from the side of the city that normally favors the White Sox, I have been a Cubbies girl for as long as I can remember.
I've always liked the Cubs. I've
I
always rooted for the Cubs because I like rooting for the underdog. So
Yes.
I kind of like that. I'm never rooted for, the Patriots or the Cowboys. I mean, I kind of like when the Chiefs started getting hot, and I
Mhm.
did root for them because I like that the Chiefs are good because it's a new legacy. Now I'm kind of over it. Sorry, I know you're a
I
big
know,
Kansas
but
City
it's
fan.
hard not to because they are just such good people off the field.
Yeah, I mean, Kelsey and Mahomes are great, and it seems like they've got a good thing going there.
They
So I'm
do.
happy for them. I don't dislike them like I did the Patriots with Belichick. I mean, because he's not a nice person. I mean,
Well, but I
he was
mean,
caught
how do
cheating
you
like 4 times over, and they still give him the. They should take away some of their accolades if they're caught. If they win the Super Bowl
yeah.
and then they cheated like 3 times during the year and got caught.
Does it
How is
really
that
count? Yeah.
fair?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard not to love Andy Reid.
Oh, he's the greatest. He's so funny and fun and just the
And
nicest, sweetest guy.
so
Yeah.
engaged in the community.
Yeah, he
There
is.
was
He's great.
there's a historical building. Gosh, I didn't know we were going to talk about this, or I would have looked it up. Um, but recently, they were trying to preserve. We've got like Indian mission buildings here and
Yeah,
things.
Native
And it was the
American buildings. Yeah.
gateway to the west.
Yeah.
No, but it's like the Shawnee Indian tribe. I'm not
Yep.
trying to be inappropriate.
Yeah.
And the board of that organization asked Andy Reid for a donation to their charity auction.
Uh-huh.
And Andy Reid is a history buff. So he actually went and toured and learned all about the building and all the history behind it. They were hoping for like an autographed ball, and he gave them a pair of tickets, a parking pass, the autographed ball, and
Wow.
just a whole experience around it. So,
Wow. Yeah. What a
I
great
mean,
guy.
even though I know people are getting tired of us winning, what they do off the field matters so much.
It so does. It so does, and I think that's great. Yeah, I love Andy Reid. I don't know if I love Andy Reid more or his mustache more. Maybe it's just the mustache is great. He's great. It's like the Wilford Brimley of the NFL. I love it.
Yes, and he's got a delightfully dry sense of humor.
He does. I love his sense of humor. I love the fact that he's doing fun ads and things, and in interviews he's great. So, and when he needs to be serious, he is, but yet he has that underlying dry humor in there.
He does.
Yeah. Well, hey, let's jump into our topic because
Yes,
you were talking to me.
Not entertaining.
No, phishing for a
Unfortunately.
fake job. And this is a new one. So you told me about this before the show and my jaw hit the floor. So
Yes.
scams are getting so sophisticated and more believable. it's scary, isn't it?
Yes. This is the story of somebody who's very close to me. I'm not going to disclose who they are. But they are they had been looking for a job, had a very active profile on many of the professional sites,
Like
uh,
LinkedIn.
like LinkedIn. Um, you know, she and her husband are both professionals who are very tech savvy.
Yeah.
So we're not talking about somebody who is normally vulnerable
Well,
to these
like
situations.
an older senior who isn't tech savvy. That's who they
Right.
target a lot. This is somebody who's younger and tech savvy.
And as the job market gets tighter, more people are looking for jobs. And
Hmm.
even as the federal shutdown continues,
Oh yeah, it's still going as of today.
it's still
20,
going as of today.
24 days we're at.
Yes. And by the time this airs, by
Who
God's
knows?
grace, it will be open.
Over, you
Um,
mean? Yeah, the government will be
yeah,
open.
the
Yep.
government will be open.
Yep.
My goodness, I'm having trouble with words today. But anyway,
No, it
back,
made sense. I was just
back
clarifying it. Yeah,
yes,
for our
back
listeners.
back to talking about these scams. This person had put out a number of resumes and got an email that very convincingly said, "We're interested. We would like to continue the conversation. Please use this link to update your most current resume." Clicked on the link. The link didn't work, which in hindsight is probably the first hint. And for anybody that ends up exposing themselves to this, if you click on a link in an email because you trust the email and it doesn't work, all of those little red flags need to go up in your head.
Well, yeah. Yeah.
Because what happened was, instead of her uploading a resume, it ended up downloading screen capture software onto her computer unbeknownst to her. And because this was software, it bypassed the virus and malware protection she had installed on the machine. I
Wow.
think that's important for people to understand.
Yeah.
And she had no idea. It was 2.5, 3 weeks later that somebody tried to get into one of their bank accounts.
Hmm.
And what had happened was, my friend normally doesn't use, like the check deposit by phone, did it once, and all of a sudden somebody's getting into the bank account.
Yikes.
So thankfully, fraud detection at the bank picked up on it. They were using an image of the check that had been deposited
Hmm.
because it had been written from one account she owned into another account that she owned.
Sure.
And they had taken that check image, and all of a sudden they're trying to send checks through. So the fraudulent people were using this check image to try to keep making deposits and taking money from the account. The bank caught it. They thought that it was an internal fraud issue because this involved a small local bank and a very large nationally known bank. The small local bank was catching it, the national bank was not. Fast forward a couple of weeks later, my friend's wireless router goes out, and all of the sudden, because she works from home, she hardwires her laptop, and it's in a place where she can see it,
Yep.
and she's across the room, and all of a sudden starts noticing the mouse moving
Oh, on its own.
on its own because nobody was
Yikes.
sitting at the computer. That's when they realized something very serious had happened. started going through the history on the computer and looking at all the installs and found out that this screen capture software had been installed when it was. In the meantime, so the scam artists have been trying to buy Amazon gift cards. They have been signing up for every email subscription list known to man in an email account that they accessed. Because this was screen capture software, they saw everything. They also ended up taking over a LinkedIn account. By
Oh,
taking over that LinkedIn account, because my friend is self employed, the scam artists started posting job postings and had roughly 150 people submit resumes for these jobs. The good news is there aren't any social security numbers that have been compromised. However, my friend has still had to lock all of the credit reports and alert everybody, file a police report so that she can put herself in the position where she's coming out and saying, I am the victim, not the perpetrator.
mm-hmm.
Because of these circumstances, there's now another 150 plus people whose information that they have, because think about what's on a resume, Tony. It's your name, it's an email, frequently a phone number.
Yep.
Um,
Yeah, you got a lot of info on the resume, and then
yes,
they have access to her LinkedIn and take it over and send out other job
right,
invites or whatever. So,
right.
yeah,
And
that's really bad.
it took a couple of weeks for her to get her LinkedIn account back,
Mm.
and finally did. And then all of this came up again yesterday because there was a billing for the job postings that they had used a credit card that no longer exists.
Mm.
So it didn't go through. All of this to tell you that these are sophisticated. The scam artists are sophisticated.
Yes.
This My friend and her husband are both very much in the tech space and are early adopters when it comes to new technology.
Sure.
So we're not talking, like you said, about somebody who is a hobbyist or who uses the computer to get on and watch funny cat videos and that kind of thing.
Sure.
Um, so my admonition to everybody, if you are in the process of looking for a job, it is important to be very intentional, A, about how you're looking for the job, and B, about how you're communicating with the people to whom you're applying.
Yeah. Don't click on a link sent to you via text or in an email. Find
Mhm.
that company's site, check it out, and make sure it's legit first. I mean, there is only so much you can do, but again,
Right.
if your resume is already out there, unless you can know it's a major company's actual website that you're entering information into, don't click on a
Mhm.
link. Go to their website. There should be submission forms on a website. That way you're not downloading anything onto your computer. That's a way to avoid this, but it is hard because again they've gotten really crafty,
It
these
is.
scammers, and it
And
looks legit. It looks legit.
if you are trying to determine whether or not it's a legitimate email, you can always click on the email on the name of the person who sent it,
Yeah, on the address. Yeah,
and
the email
it will
address sent
expand
from.
the email address, and if it doesn't look right, then don't click on it.
Yeah,
Or better yet, if this is somebody that you're trying to connect with, don't reply to that email.
right.
Use the email address that you have
Yes.
and take that step to reach out and say, I received an email with a link. I'm not comfortable clicking on links that I don't know.
Yeah.
If you
And
would
this
like a
person had
current
to.
copy.
Oh, go ahead.
if you would like a current copy of my resume or information, is there a portal on your website that I can use? Is there a more secure way of transmitting that information?
Yeah. 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 Don't click links in emails or texts at all, ever, for
Right.
any reason, really. Um,
And if you find that you have fallen prey to something like this, here's a few action steps. Number one, you need to file a police report. Number
yes.
two, you need to freeze all of your credit reports if you haven't already done so. You can freeze your credit reports for free with all of the major credit bureaus. The third thing you're going to need to do is do a factory reset on the computer and make sure that the malicious software has been removed.
Yeah.
And the fourth thing, unfortunately, that you're going to have to do is to block out time to play whack-a-mole with all of the things that these scam artists are going to try to do. As my friend has said, if we could only harness these powers for good, the talent and the skill that they have could solve so many of the world's problems if they were just making different choices.
Right. Well, yeah, it's true, and but I'm glad you pointed out what I was thinking about is, you had mentioned it's so convoluted. They let the police, they filed a police report, which is important
Mm-hmm.
because
Yes.
their information is being used to scam other people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
Yeah. The worst thing you can do in this situation is get embarrassed and hide.
yes. Yep. Exactly. Exactly. Don't worry. Like, I don't know if I should have done that. Talk to people. Be open about it with everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Talk to your spouse. Talk to somebody who you know is even more tech savvy, or investigate it a little. Get other people involved. Right. So,
Yes. Yes. I mean, and honestly, this is not the time to try to do it yourself repair,
yeah, exactly.
because even with the skill set that my friend and her husband have, they could not remove every component of that software install, which
Right.
is why they had to go back and do a factory reset.
Exactly. Yeah. There you go. Yeah. Yeah. You have to go back. It's a mess, and you have to jump through a lot of hoops because
Mm-hmm.
of things like this. And to avoid things like this, you might have to jump through a few more hoops. But don't just take the quick way out and say, I'm sure it's fine. That's how you get into these messes.
Right.
Question everything, and just never click a link sent to you in an email. Just never do that. That's just,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm even reluctant at times to send links to people
Yeah. Me too now. It's gotten
because,
bad.
but the sad news in all of this is that you're not alone if it happens to you. And at the risk of sounding like a conspiracy theorist, if something starts going weird, because this all started with them thinking that a bank account had been compromised.
Hmm.
And obviously the bank account had been compromised, but how it got compromised ended up becoming the much bigger conversation in the room.
Hmm.
And at that point, in hindsight, probably the thing that makes the most sense to do is to go back and check your devices and make sure that something hasn't been installed that you didn't know about,
Yeah, there you go.
and to protect yourself.
Yes, you've got to do it. And, like you said, with the government shutdown,
Mm.
and I just read an article yesterday, and, I don't know, with the media these days, but they said it looks like Amazon over the course of the next couple of years is going to lay off about 500,000 employees, or some crazy number. It was a crazy number,
Yeah, I
because of AI,
haven't.
robotics, and other things.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of hard to think that Amazon actually employs that many people,
I
but
would, yeah, 500,000. That's a lot. Yeah, I don't know. Don't take my word on that. I thought that's what I read. But I know that they are laying off
Well,
people, Amazon.
and here's the thing, I just looked it up. Um, it says that in 2021, Amazon employed approximately 1.6 million people.
Yes, there you go. That's a lot of people.
It is
Um,
a lot of people. And, it's again, we are in the job market is not what it was 3 years ago, where you could walk in and basically write your own ticket and demand what you wanted, and somebody would hire you.
yeah. Yeah,
Um,
and actually, the headline is, and I'm looking it up on a number of news sites. Robots could replace over 500,000 jobs at Amazon. Documents were leaked from Amazon that
mhm.
they are over the next few years looking to use advanced technology or cobots. Um,
Oh, goodness.
and they're preparing to lay off 15% of their HR department. And
Mhm. Well, Target is laying off 15% of their corporate workforce
yeah,
because of slumping sales.
yeah,
Inflation numbers came in a little bit higher today.
yeah.
Um,
Yeah, we'll
yeah,
see where it's at. And not trying to panic people or the sky is falling. I mean, layoffs at
no,
big companies happen. However, you do need to be wary, and especially when you're looking for a job. I never have heard of a scam related to job searches or a resume before. And I
and
mean, I've
they
heard
are
about
the
a lot of
latest
scams.
trend.
Yeah, that's crazy. I'm glad you brought that up today,
Yeah.
Barb.
I mean, because
Really.
we've all heard about the work from home scams where you get the text that is
Oh,
poorly written and
yes.
has typos and all of that. Those are
Would you Would you
easy
like
to
to work from home
spot.
making 25 to $50 an hour? Of course you
Exactly.
would. Of course you would.
Wouldn't
Many
anybody?
people would. But those are always scams too. Yeah.
Right. So, as the job market tightens and as people become more persistent in looking for employment and at times becoming, these scam artists are preying on desperation.
Yes,
And
they're
it's a
preying on
crime of
desperation.
opportunity.
Yeah,
So,
it is.
you
It
know,
is. People are
and
they know a lot of people are looking for work, and they're like somebody was clever in that way. The only thing I'm going to give them is, yeah, it's clever, but if you're that clever to think of the scam and pull this whole thing off, you're clever enough to do something
to
good
do
for the
something
world
legitimate.
or
Yes.
help a company out. You could be paid for your ideas if you can program a link and the software to load onto a computer so you can take it over. You're smart enough to get a pretty good job. So
Right.
what are you doing? I
Yeah.
don't get it. I don't
And
get it.
with the VPN networks and all of the other tools, they can bounce these signals literally all over the world. Now, the majority of these scams are based in Southeast Asia. That's just
Yes.
a known fact, but that also makes it very difficult to extradite and to exact justice.
Yeah. Yep. There you go. Well, a great show today. And next week, I hope we're not still talking about the government shutdown.
You and me both.
Yeah.
You and me both. But we'll be recording on Halloween next week. Should we wear costumes?
That's what I'm thinking. Oh, I'm going to be wearing a if I'm working Halloween, full costumery, as I call it. Barb, I want to see you full costumery. I mean, the works,
Yeah,
right?
well, okay.
Mass props, the works.
My favorite costume is to go as a suburban housewife. Just saying.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm gonna go as a DJ. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go as a record collector. Okay, I'm gonna just bring my vinyl and my records. Yeah,
Maybe
woo.
I'll throw on my Twins hat and go as a Twins fan.
Well, I'll wear my KC hat. You wear your Twins hat. The listeners and viewers are like, oh, that's a cop out. No, I've got an idea for a costume. I'll have a costume on next week.
All
You
right,
don't have to if
Tony.
you don't want to, Barb, but I will.
We'll see what I can come up
for
with.
at least the beginning of the show. I'll take it. I'm not going to wear it all the way through the show, but
Yeah. Well, because
maybe we'll see.
we've talked about my brother-in-law's maze on the show before
Yes.
a
Oh, you're
couple
going to
times.
that. When are you
This
going
is
to that?
Maze weekend. This is
Oh,
Maze weekend.
oh
So
yeah, that's good. That's good. You're going to do the. Is it a corn maze or is how?
no,
No, he puts up.
on his driveway
Yeah, it's
and
in his
builds it out
driveway.
of PVC pipe
That's
and
right.
tarps and
That's cool. Yeah,
yeah, I
it's
mean
fun.
he goes to haunted house conventions. He's
He's a,
very into this.
well, he's from Omaha, so.
Well, no, he's from Kansas City,
But he
but
lives in Omaha.
he lives in Omaha.
Yeah, it's
Um,
Omaha. That's the Omaha in him, I think. Yeah.
yeah, well,
I
they
have family up there too.
it's famous-ish enough that they get 500 to 600 people that come through it
That's
every year for Halloween.
crazy. That's awesome.
So
Yeah, I gotta make it. I gotta make it to Omaha one Halloween so I can participate.
you
Yeah,
do. Tell our
because
buddy
I
and
have
pal Bill
family
he
and
needs to do a
friends.
client event around there.
Yes, I will. I'll tell our friend Bill to he needs to get involved. I'll tell him about it. I have never told him about it, but I also have family there, aunt and uncle, cousins.
Oh
So
wow.
yeah, I love Omaha. Yeah, I've been there many times. So
It is a great little city.
yeah, it is. I
It
think it's
really
great.
is.
The people there are typically very, very, very nice, if not a little crazy,
They
like you.
are. They are. But Tony, we are talking people's ears off today.
All right, let's let them go. Give that phone number again if people
Oh
want to set up
sure.
a financial consultation. There's no obligation, no charge.
Sure. They can reach out to us at bgwealthmanagement.com or they can call us at area code 913-553-6222.
All right, thanks. And Barb, or they can
Yes.
go to bgwealthmanagement.com, correct?
Yep. Yep.
All right, bgwealthmanagement.com. Barb, great show today, listeners and viewers. Thanks for tuning in. That does it for today's episode of Anchor Your Retirement with our host, Barbara Gullen.
We'll see you soon.